Have you guys ever wondered what it's like to be able to W key like someone such as Peterbot? My name is T-Church, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to fight like Peterbot. I'm going to be reviewing key concepts like spacing, controlled aggression, maintaining pressure, and so much more. I've organized this video into a tips and tricks style video so you guys can easily understand the techniques and strategies that make someone like Peterbot so insanely difficult to fight. So, without much further ado, let's get right into it. This season, the Burst SMG has been slept on extremely hard by most players. As you can see in the video, when you have certain attachments placed on the SMG, it's absolutely zero bloom and pretty much no recoil paired with an extremely fast fire rate. In order to get this overpowered SMG, all you need to do is add a laser, and you can couple that with either the speed mag or extended mag. With the recent buff to the clip size, I definitely recommend the speed mag as it cuts down your reload time significantly. You can also put a sight on, but in my opinion this is not necessary. You should also add a muzzle brake for even further reduced recoil. Snipers this season are absolutely busted and a key part to any high kill game that you'll watch in solos. They allow you to open up fights with massive damage, and bullet drop off on ARs this season means the snipers are going to be even more reliable. Now you'll 100% want some form of scope on your sniper, as this will make you have zero bloom and only have to calculate for the bullet drop off. You can choose between the ACOG, hollow sight, or the standard 3x sniper scope. My personal favorite is the standard 3x scope. After the scope, I would prioritize the angled foregrip as it greatly increases your ADS speed, which is a massive advantage. From there, the attachments you choose are mostly preference, as the sniper magazine already carries multiple shots and you don't need a silencer or muzzle brake. Everyone talks about confidence when fighting in Fortnite, but what actually is confidence and why does it matter and how do you develop it? Looking at this clip, you can see that Peterbot is currently carrying only 2 burst SMGs versus his opponent with a riot shield. He shows zero hesitation and just gets straight into the box of his opponent, never stopping with the application of pressure. This causes his opponent to panic a bit, and he ends up killing him just because he is confident that he will win this fight. Why is Peter so confident though? To understand that, we have to understand the tournament format. In solo victory cups, the top 9,000 players qualify to finals, which means there's a large skill gap between the very best and the very worst players in these lobbies. The best players know and understand this, and they use that information to make extremely confident plays like this one. At the start of this clip, you can see Peter starting off by taking a snipe at a player from on top of a hill. This is a great position to start a fight from, as he has his elevation and a great head peak that will make him extremely difficult to hit from his opponent's POV. However, this is not what is going to win him this fight. As you can see, after he hits the launch pad, he is moving with speed and aggression, quickly approaching his opponent and trying to close the gap of distance between himself and the other player. He uses a quick edit reset in order to bait out a pump shot, which allows him to get an easy 120 damage on his opponent. Now this is the really important part. After this tag, he continues to stay very close to his opponent, repositioning at a better angle in order to get straight into the box of the opposing player. With this large of an HP advantage, all he needs to do is hit a decent body shot to win this fight. With this information, he plays fast and aggressive, utilizing the sniper to get the wall to 1 HP before using the cone walk exploit to get straight in and finish the fight. Now, our next clip starts with our opponent already down HP with his back against the wall against our favorite W keyer. What Peter does here, though, is something that you can pretty easily start to implement into your own gameplay, provided you are mechanical enough. He starts the fight at a diagonal angle, smacking the wall with his pickaxe and trying to bait out an edit or some form of movement from the opponent. He anticipates an edit down, so he tries to predict his opponent's movement. Seeing that his opponent hasn't moved, he returns to a different diagonal angle, which allows him to piece control in front of him. Peter doesn't actually end up using any of these extra pieces, but because he places them preemptively, his opponent had tried to move at all. He only has one direction to go, which makes him extremely easy to predict. Now, if you guys have ever watched Icoma, then you should know about diagonal box fight angles, but in this clip, Peter is using them for a different purpose. Suspecting that someone is in this box, he actually approaches on a diagonal angle to play a little bit of distance. He wants to check any potential hiding spots for his opponent, and as it turns out, his opponent is hiding in this cone. Playing this angle allows Peter to safely gather information while still having options to protect himself in case his opponent decides to run at him. The concept of distance and spacing will lead us right into our next tip. In this clip, you can see that Peter is approaching an opponent that is fully boxed up. In order to protect himself and not take too much risk, he starts the fight from a full box away, waiting for the right opportunity to strike. Watching this clip in full speed, you can see how Peter balances patience and aggression through the use of spacing. Approaching a fully boxed opponent, he wins this fight in less than 15 seconds, which helps to prevent him from getting lurked on or sprayed by the rest of the lobby. But let's take a look at this in slow motion to break down exactly how he ends his fight so quickly. Now, at the start, he approaches from the long side of the box formation where he will control the entire lane that his opponent has built his territory in. This allows him to start controlling pieces like he would in a normal box fight scenario. As I zoom out here, you can see how that looks from an outside POV. Notice how this singular lane forms and how the position Peter takes to open the fight allows him to see the entire thing. This will allow him to close the gap between himself and his opponent rather quickly as soon as he is given the opportunity. He continues to apply pressure utilizing the burst SMG, and the second his opponent turns his back to him, it's game on. He launches himself at the freshly reset wall, breaking it, taking it, and quickly pumping his opponent for over 100 damage. After establishing this advantage, Peter again utilizes his speed and aggression to quickly overwhelm his opponent and end the fight quickly. At the start of this clip, Peter is actually approaching two players already fighting. Using this information, he's extra aware of his surroundings as he could get lurked on at any moment. In response, using his audio cues, as soon as he hears the third party approaching, he is able to react, get some peace on the opponent, and open up the fight with over 100 damage. Because of this newfound HP advantage, he is now going to enter chase mode on the opponent, utilizing the tips we've already talked about earlier in the video to continually make his opponent panic and not give him any time or space to heal. He is consistently following within a space of one box of his opponent, which allows him to find small gaps while his opponent is running to continue to apply chip damage and make his opponent panic even more, until he finally gets the opportunity to completely clean up the fight and finish with an easy elimination. This clip starts with Peterbot playing extremely aggressive here and chasing down an opponent that he's been fighting for a while now. He starts off from the offensive position, doing his best to force himself into the box. When that doesn't work, he quickly repositions to get a good angle on his opponent's wall and begins to smack. His opponent continues to expand and make space, which leads Peter to reposition again instead of trying to continue to chase down his opponent through his own territory. From here, the opponent begins to establish a 2x2 setup that he only partially completes due to the speed at which Peterbot is aggressing him. Peter's able to steal a couple of the tops on the original defensive formation, and this will be key as it will allow him to fully finish the elimination in just a second. He misses out on the extra damage he could have gotten here due to a quick reaction out of his opponent, but he doesn't hesitate to continue applying pressure. He gets a wall, starts to apply pressure again, and then notices his opponent moving towards his old wall, so he repositions yet again. At this point, you can see that Peter is slowly yet steadily claiming space from his opponent, forcing him to move back into territory that Peter previously claimed. After this huge pump, most players would force their way straight in, but because Peter notices that he is one pumpable, he decides to reposition yet again, utilizing that formerly claimed space to get a nice right hand peek on his opponent and cleanly end the fight. Alright guys, so that was a bunch of different tips and tricks that you guys can utilize in your own gameplay in order to start W keying like one of your favorite pros, Peterbot. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other social media links down below so you can check out the other content that I put out to help players like you guys improve.